Melissa? Pitbull, Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide. I mean, you go by so many different monikers.
I know I confuse myself sometimes, to be honest with you. But
this is our third year speaking at eMerge, Armando, so it's great to see you once again. And it seems like you're busier than ever. But I wanted to start off with this very interesting project that you have coming up, and you call them the upfronts for Pitbull. Can you tell us all about that?
I mean, basically the upfronts for and what we got going on. I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much, all right, for being down here. Appreciate it. But the upfronts is basically, I just feel as an artist, you have so many numbers aggregated. Let's say on YouTube, we have 10 million views aggregated. When it comes to speaking to people monthly, it's about 250 million people that are checking in Pitbull business one way or another. So what we want to do is utilize those numbers and show brands exactly how powerful Pitbull the brand is. So we're doing upfronts when we're inviting amazing companies such as Telemundo, Netflix, Google, Microsoft. Google's going to come too, watch, you'll see. But we're bringing them down to Casa de Campo down in Dominican Republic, showing them a great time, but also showing them that it's deeper than just being an artist, singer, rapper, entertainer. There is a business behind it, and these are things that we want to educate them on.
And it's a whole other way of thinking about this, because your reach right now is probably as much as maybe a network even, and that's what networks do with their upfronts.
Yes, exactly. That's where we got the ideas from. Now, with that said, it is just as much as a network, and that's why when we did the deal with Fox for the New Year's Eve special that we do down here in Miami, it wasn't just us being executive producers. No, we're owners/partners in this endeavor due to the fact of the numbers that we put up.
Right.
You know, so it's just all about grabbing those numbers and making the best example of them for these companies. They understand how we move.
But you go one step beyond just grabbing the eyeballs, grabbing the numbers. You actually want to learn about your consumer. You have a project right now with Norwegian Cruise Lines.
Yes.
Americans love cruising, so this is probably the right place to be. But you're not just partnering to create a Pitbull cruise. You're going one step further. You want the data.
Well, yes, we're utilizing the data. We're data mining. And we're doing it from the tours to the residency that we have in Vegas. Second leg of the tour here in the United States with Enrique Iglesias, which is an amazing tour, by the way. Enrique, always thank you for the opportunity. And then we're applying that to what we got going on with Norwegian Cruise Line. They have been great partners and have allowed us to do fun things on how to really enjoy the consumer, but also gift them on the fact of, you got certain fans that went to the last cruise that we had on Norwegian Cruise Line that came from Asia, that came from Australia, came from South Africa to come and enjoy that. Now we want to make sure that if we got fans all around the world and we can utilize their data so that they have the best time, enjoy, but also feel like, wow, they get French benefits for being super fans, okay? And I think right now with a lot of things that are going on and the way that technology is moving so fast, we're forgetting the fact what a fan is. You know, we want to show them and their value, utilize their value.
This is relatively new in terms of getting the data. It's been, what, a year or so, year and a half?
It's been about a year and a half. We partnered up with, our partner was the one that told us, hey, you should really apply this idea to what you got going on because you do have loyal fans, generation in, generation out. Our demo is such an interesting skew where we always mess around at the concerts because it goes from the baby chair to the wheelchair. Or the baby seat to the wheelchair. Yeah. And what better than to be able to tap into so many different generations and see what each one of them like and want.
So when you think about using this data to its fullest,
yes.
And you have a business, I mean, you've got fragrance, you've now got your full owner of the vodka company.
We've got a chance to acquire Voli 305. This is our first year where we're full owners in it, and it's very exciting because that's one of the first companies that we got involved with. That was our little baby, and we're having, how can I say, I would have never been able, in 1,000 years, been able to sit here, a Miami boy, first generation Cuban-American, say that we're full owners in our own vodka company. So it's the new, Armando Voli 305 is the new Bacardi. Dale.
You heard it here first. But in terms of using the data to the fullest, do you think about how to use it across your businesses and cross-sell?
Absolutely. You need to utilize it all across every platform. And that's what I mean. When you run into a super fan, they're going to be involved with everything that you got going on. And what we want to do is we want to let them know that and I tell them every night at the shows, and I tell them right now, it is the truth. Without them, there is no Pitbull. Without them, there is no movement. There's no way we'd be able to live our dreams the way that we do. So with that said, they're vested in this journey. And we want them to feel that. We want them to let them know that, hey, look, guys, you were here from the beginning. You know, last night, the night before, I got a chance to perform in Los Angeles. And what an honor.
You're on tour right now, by the way.
We're on tour right now. But what an honor. I mean, it's 17 years in the game, and Los Angeles has always been my #1 market in the United States of America. And let's take it even further, in the world. So what better to be able to go back, and they've seen the growth, they've seen the evolution of what Pitbull's become and turned into a brand, and now it's all about taking it to become a conglomerate. The fans need to be involved with that. They need to be educated on every step, and that's what the data is going to help us do.
All right, I want to bring in Kelly Evans back at the NYSE. Kelly?
Melissa,
Hello,
thank
Kelly.
you. Hello, Mr. Worldwide. Can I ask you about Cuba for a second? Because you just talked about being first-generation Cuban-American.
Yes.
Look, the president, as you probably know, was given a big speech on Friday. He's expected to maybe roll back the Obama opening towards Cuba. Does he need to do that? Is that an important thing to you?
I think the one word that can sum up what Cuba means to me is the day that it is truly free and freedom. However politically they want to play the games that they do, that's why I don't call it politics, I call it politricks, those are things that are out of my hand. But my vision, my dream, to be able to live the dream for my grandmother, my aunt, my father, my grandfather. You know, my grandmother was a part of the Revolutionary War in Cuba, quote unquote, I was saying, or the revolution, not the Revolutionary War, but quote unquote, the revolution. Just to see freedom, just to be able to perform in Malecón, in La Habana, 4 million people out there, and us enjoying and celebrating that island free, to me is deeper than politics, deeper than any law that they think they can pass, whatever business they're trying to do, and whatever policies they think is going to be better for. That's what I'm here for. Let's see what happens.
All right. Let me ask you then about something a little bit different, which also draws on the incredible experience you've had over the years. And I don't think we've gotten to ask you yet, so it's an honor, Pitbull. What's the biggest money mistake along the way that you think you've made?
Oof, plenty of them. I mean, look, failure is the mother of all success, and in business, you got to understand that the biggest risk you take is not taking one. I've seen, matter of fact, I was just having a conversation backstage about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I had my eye on that about 5 years ago.
Are you in it?
No, I'm not in it, to be honest with you. I truly don't understand it to this point. You know, I really want to know more about it, but it's amazing what they're doing in a virtual world, and we see that reality is becoming virtual, literally. So with that said, I would say that's one of them. I wish I would have had capital in the late 90s to be able to acquire Napster instead of having the music business sue them. I would have cut the deal with Steve Jobs instead. You know, I think a lot of things being in the music business, I've seen that music didn't take a full advantage of because they were thinking like dinosaurs instead of thinking ahead. And when it comes to technology, I feel you're either 5 years ahead or 5 years behind. There's no gray area. So with me, I'm very blessed to see how everything is moving, but it's moving at a rapid pace and just as quick as, you know, we used to say things in the street about other products. When you make money on those kind of things, what comes quick leads quicker. So for us, it's all about the slow, but for sure, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and that's why we want to make sure we partner up with the right companies moving ahead. Have we made mistakes? Absolutely, and we'll continue to make mistakes, because that's what makes a fun story when it becomes successful.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right.
Well,
you know,
Melissa, go
Pitbull,
ahead.
it wouldn't be an eMerge without speaking to you. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. eMerge, third year, amazing partnership. And to many more, and to the companies that are doing great out there right now, from eMerge, from Jukes and Modernizing Medicine. Guys, keep it up, and thank you.
Get back on tour, Pitt.
Dale.
All right, Kelly, back over to you.